Hello, Crafty Meraki friends, and welcome to the Crafty Meraki YouTube channel. My name is Deepa from Designs by D, and I have two cards to share with you today. So one of them, we're going to be using the EAPs, or the Effortless Artistry Papers. And for the second one, we're actually going to take the coordinating products and create our own unique card. So these are the two EAP collections we're going to be focusing on. These were just released and they are absolutely gorgeous, perfect for the holidays. This one is the Blooming Noel, and you can see that you get 4 different designs and then 24 in total pages of each. And I have to say that these pads are gorgeous. Not only are they colored in beautifully, but the paper is of good quality. And do keep in mind that the black, all of the black on these can be foiled. So you can put this through your foiling machine and get gorgeously foiled images and greetings as well. So this is the other one that we're going to be using here, and it is the the festive flora wreath. And again, you get 4 different designs with those. You have the coordinating die and the stamp. And the stamp is a one-piece stamp. The die is a one-piece stamp. Everything goes in one go. So everything is just nice and quick and great for mass card production if you're planning on doing that. So again, with the festive flora wreath, again, you get the full piece stamp and the die, which again, makes everything nice and quick. So let's go ahead and use these products to create a quick card to start off with. So I am going to start off with this gorgeously colored image here. We've got some nice muted greens and yellows with reds. It's just got a really nice festive and almost an autumn look to it. So I'll go ahead and cut this out. As you can see, we're going to cut everything out in one go. Not only are we going to get the wreath, we're going to get all of the sentiments. And then I'm also grabbing 2 of the Blooming Noel papers here, and I'm going to cut those out. Now you can see that the wreath has like a yellow in it, so I was wondering if maybe I could use some of those poinsettias with a bit of the yellow in it. I do think I change it up in the end, but I cut everything out and I've got them all ready here to go. So this stamp set was also released. It is Under the Mistletoe. It's a really nice background stamp, and that's exactly what I'm going to use it for here. So I am getting it set up in my Altenew stamp wheel. I've got a gray piece of cardstock there, and that's exactly 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, so perfect for my A2 card. And then I'm adding some darker gray ink to the stamp and stamping it down. So this is going to create somewhat of a watermark effect. I think the gray I have here is a little bit darker than a watermark effect would have, but I just really wanted it to kind of be there in the background and make this card look a little more festive. So I've gone ahead and stamped that down twice and put that background aside. And I actually did it for a second card as well, so we can use it for the card that we're going to DIY. So we'll save that for later. Now, as I mentioned, the sentiments, they can be foiled. So I've got some foil here, and of course, I do want to mention you need to use the deco foil with these. The foils that you use on the Glimmer machine are completely different. It's not going to work with this, okay? So I am not actually going to show you how I foiled it. What you generally want to do is put it through a laminating machine, but I am going to have a video coming up where I'd show you a different way how to foil these, so that's coming next week, so stay tuned for that. So I showed you a few different deco foils there, and you can see that this is the general way you would foil. You grab your foil, put it on top of the sentiment, and put it in a carrier sheet and put it through your laminator. So I've gone ahead and foiled those with some of the gold, and this is the deeper gold. There is a champagne gold that you can use, and I just wanted to show you there that you could also use those sentiments on the inside of your card. So remember, we cut out this wreath and a whole bunch of sentiments. So you can not only get sentiments for the front, you can get some that you want to put in the inside of the card as well, and that works completely fine. So I'm just going to go ahead and add some foam adhesive to this wreath, and I'm just going to attach it to that beautiful mistletoe background, which we've attached to the card base. You can see that I did cut that background down just a little bit so I get a tiny white border around the edge. I always like to have a bit of a border. And now I'm actually going to add that muted muted red. It's got like a nice light tone to it, and then it's got some speckles in it. And I thought this went really nice with the rest of the wreath and just kind of stands out a bit on the card. So you can see how the different EAPs, they kind of work together, not only just by itself. Even though they're colored in with different color schemes, you can make them work together as well. So now I've gone ahead and added the sentiment, and now my final step for this card is to add some embellishment. So I have some of these gold gems, which were released with this release, along with this gorgeous bling buddy. So this is my favorite part of the release, the bling buddy. I'm all about bling. I love adding bling, and that bling buddy it's got to be like, I love the design of it. I love the rainbow in the stick portion of it, the metallic portion, and then I like the black sticky tool to actually attach your gems. I think it's just a really nice and unique design. Okay, so moving on, sorry, I just showed you there that if you're going to do this next step and use this one-piece stamp, it is not going to fit in the Altenew stamp wheel. You will have to use another stamp positioner. So I've grabbed my Tonic Studios Tim Holtz stamp positioner here, which is nice and large. I've attached this is the Festive Flora wreath stamp. And I'm just going to stamp everything out. I'm using some Memento Tuxedo Black because we will be DIYing it, and I like to just use that term as the opposite to the EAPs, because the EAPs are already colored in, they're ready to go, they're quick and easy to use. And then on the other side, you have the, stamping it out and adding your own colors, coloring it in however it is you want to do that. So I did have to stamp out that image a few times to get a nice crisp image there. And now I'm just grabbing my Copics, and I've got all of the colors that I'm using listed in the top left corner for you if you're interested. And I'm just going to color this in with a pink and gray color scheme. And then I'm adding a little bit of beige, or peach you would call it. And I do like to kind of use the pink theme. I think my daughters chose it a few years back for Christmas, so I thought that this would just be a different color scheme that you can use for this. You'll notice that in the EAPs, you've got some gorgeous reds and greens. You've not only got some bright, vibrant ones, you've got some muted tones. You've also got, as we used in the first card, those the yellow version, and then you've also got a blue version of it, which is really pretty. So I thought I'd add my pink in here, and as I said, this is the greatest part about this whole EAP set, is that you could use the actual EAPs if you wanted. And as you can see, that first card literally took us no time at all. I think it took me 5 minutes at the most. And then for the second card, and I'm sorry, 5 minutes aside from foiling. And then the second card here, we can spend as much time as we want on it. We can color it how we want. I'm using Copics. You could use watercolors, stamp this out on some watercolor paper and use your watercolors. You could use your Prisma or any type of colored pencil or anything at all. So I just love that there's such versatility and use in this set of products, and I really, really adore the fact that I can make those quick cards if I just don't have the time. So I kind of sped through all of that coloring, but as you can see, I wasn't doing anything too complicated, just a whole lot of flicking with my Copics, adding your lightest, mid-tone, darkest, and then maybe blending out with the lightest or adding some more details with the darkest color. Now I've gone ahead and cut everything out with the coordinating die, and I did kind of flip my cardstock there to kind of see if it looked better on the plain gray, but I decided in the end to keep it with the mistletoe background that we stamped out earlier, so that it makes a nice comparison with the EAP and one that you may want to work on yourself. So I've gone ahead and I've added my background. Now this time you'll notice I didn't keep the white border all around. I just kept it on the left and right edge, and that's just a little way that I like to change my cards up just a little bit, even though they keep the same style. Now you can see I did foil some more of those sentiments in that melon color because I thought that it went nicely with the pink. But now as I kind of, check out the two sentiments with the wreath, I think that that champagne colored one just stands out a little better. So I'm going to go ahead and use that. This time I'm not using foam adhesive. I'm just going to place this right flat onto the card with some tape adhesive, and then I'll go ahead and add the sentiment with some foam. So one of my biggest pet peeves is that it is so hard to take a nice picture with the foiled sentiments where you can really see that foil. It sometimes turns out looking black. So do keep in mind that my sentiments on both of my projects today are foiled, even though my pictures may not show it. You can see it more in this video here, but it looks gorgeous and it foils absolutely perfectly. I just love how it turned out here. Now I am just going to keep this as the wreath. I'm not going to add the extra poinsettia like I did in the first card, because I spent a lot of time coloring that wreath, so I want it to show. And then finally, just like I did with the first card, I'm going to add some more of those gold gems. So what I like to do when I'm adding my gems is I like to add an odd number, because an odd number is usually more aesthetically pleasing to the eye, and I think it just will look really nice here. So I think I added 7 here because I just, I really like these gems. And then I lied, I actually have another step. I'm gonna add some stickles. These are icicle stickles, and they look absolutely gorgeous on these beautiful Christmas cards. Now, I am sorry, my voice is kind of cutting in and out a bit. Hopefully you can still hear me. I'm just recovering from a cold and it's not going away. But you can see that when I add the stickles, it just really makes the centers of those poinsettias, and then I'm also adding them on the little berries. It just helps them stand out a little more. And then when you turn the card in the light, you can really see the glitter stand out, and that shine is just gorgeous. So these are my 2 cards that I've created for you today. As you can see, the first card, it didn't take any time at all with those EAPs. It's absolutely gorgeous. And I do want to mention that the design team members did spend a lot of time coloring these in for you to make sure that they've given you colors and designs that you're really going to like. So I do personally appreciate that. And then here's my second card, which I colored in myself. I hope that you like this, and you can see how versatile this set is, and that's what this video is about. You can create quick cards with the EAPs, or you can take some time and create stamp out the stamp and color things in however you want. So please do check out these products. Everything is linked in the description below. They are absolutely stunning, and don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, and do stay tuned for the next video. So hit that notification bell to be notified of the next video, where I'll show you how you can do some foiling and get these beautiful sentiments to foil flawlessly. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you next time. Bye.